eye Osono Maame eye Chief Justice Madam Tokonu. Now Madam Tokonu and the asema beda ho nyina na kire say eye the president petition ebeka ne nsa eye miensa Ghana mra no e kire say e wo se odi hu dwuma. Now petition beka president nsa no and the petition no sebio obo Ghana fo nyina obo ya mane say on the president petition bia beka ne nsa na emom emra kire say enye ono nko na hu nyansa ode bu Ghana man petition for Chief Justice ho into ode koma eye Council of State ama Council of State for so ababa emu hwe de ewom na emom de ewom no omu se ngina so bia wo so a na de wo so mo ye no maye emu ana Chief Justice ba abonten beka kire Ghana fo nyina say what is the president ewo petition bi na efa no ho into or insist president ever petition man no so kan na president emma no edian endankwanso 7 days na on kan sa some the by na president yamum if you say na president expect to say the Chief Justice will go public. He was expecting the Chief Justice to contact him quietly, directly, professionally, respectfully, nicely, and to demand for petitions, for her to also look at the petition. Now, Chief Justice Eddie letter beto abontene ma MPP platforms to say, or per se ogu president anima say, money looking like he said, President Ewan ho adwene bone. Into the letter beto abontene, and or catch the Ghana for say, I am at a petition about president to her. Now, me best president to the mammy, na me so me kind, na me share asama ya ketiame, me wo yano na me yi, and a president can say, letter me beto abontene catch a Ghana for say, men saka petition me de koma a ye Council of State, no. Na enchire say, me so me mbo won kaye. President catch a Chief Justice say, some the letter beto abontene say me de koma Council of State, enchire say, wa we Chief Justice asam fa ho no, enya dia me yi wasutire. The president can say, okay, so ope se uhu eye petition na, me de bema ho, emom ope 7 days, eno kura no esa. President said the 3 days can home and be 10 days. Which says na president, episode my Chief Justice. No, even though you ask for 7 days, it will be unfair for you to use 7 days to read all these documents. It's me as the president, I am giving you Osono Maame 10 days. And a President Mahama, a time 10 days, and the Chief Justice said, petition in a kind. Take your time and read and respond whatever is in it. One, and we should tell you how the president wants the Chief Justice to clear herself. The president gave the Chief Justice a lot of room, time to take her time to answer every single allegation. You will ask for 7 days, you have 10 days. Or responding after 10 days, na Chief Justice President can say, Emran Shan say, and now Emran Chre say, the Council of State. Council of State Sebio, and yet wo enemy any share them take Council of State. Yet to woman in our swaba, and ye kakrebi can say, Sa Council of State, Ghana for the yen yako twaba ni ye omo. Enti every regime bia ye twaba ni ye muni passe, mon Council of State Sebio enyansafo Adebichi president adwene so a obetumi mo susu ho advisory body mobetumi two president fo enti Council of State even technically Council of State omo tumi krampo chair parliament if we say they can influence the president when it comes to decision he will take. President or tumi say obetake a decision from an executive order. But the Council of State can actually sit the president down and advise the president and say, Mr. President, where do you want there? Name yen Ghana photo eswaba. Yen yansemuno. Yen over 30. You want to say, oh, yen say yan ye. In the Council of State, they yield a lot of power. President na etam kratane de Council of State say, Musumu shemu. The Chief Justice no, ni ya no one in some of the abano say, e onjina soa. Mumbetumu kufu wahu. One, the first question every intelligent journalist will ask, because I sitting here, I have not seen the petition. Every single journalist, as far as I know, nobody has seen the petition. They know where they saw the petition. And I believe say about 99.99% of journalists in Ghana, they have not seen the petition. So basically, we are working with what the Council of State and the President will tell us in the petition. Because the petition exclusively, the Chief Justice, the Council of State, and the President on any petition. It as I sit here, I cannot speak to the allegation. I can only speak to the process. President na ye odi mraso time and sabeka allegations. That is the first question every intelligent journalist will ask. Because Senator Obama president and I'm the president, I expect the president to follow the rules, the procedure. The president should go by some rules and regulations. The moment the president steps out of Emrana then he is not a democratically elected president. He now becomes a tyrant or a dictator. So, as a journalist, I am looking at the actions of the president. Is he working or acting within the constitution? Is he overstepping? Is he abusing the constitution? But to date, who will be our Ghana will be an president of the republic. Time and Saka petition he has abused or stepped out of the constitution to take decisions that are against is against the constitution of the Republic of Ghana. I am yet to hear one person tell me say the president of the republic has gone against the constitution of Ghana. Because when the president goes against the constitution, it gives me the right to question or attack the president for him to understand, say, we gave him power to work within laws. Now, the moment the president ain't free constitution, then it means the president is basically respecting us. The president is respecting the constitution, and the president wants transparency, accountability at the end of the day to be the hallmark of his governance. So far so good. People are gonna be a baby from political elites to religious leaders to their traditional leaders to read the so-called ordinary Ghanaians. President John Dramani Mahama will book Ghana Mraso IABB from the day and then second a petition. Now, there are some few questions we need to ask before we move forward. I'm a journalist, I'm a Ghanaian, and I have to be reasonable enough. Sanka Madam Tokonuya Mamia, I would have been asking questions. So Madam Tokonuya Meyiria, with all due respect, so I would be asking questions because it's very important that I ask questions and demand reasonable answers that will make me satisfied. Because when I ask the questions and I don't get those reasonable answers, then it means my family member, my auntie, my mom, or whoever is being basically accused of something, it means that person is being treated unfairly. And I don't want anybody to be treated unfairly. As much as we have our political affiliations and the way we understand things and our limitations, we also need to understand, say, emra. So, it does not matter whether you're a president or you're a chief of staff. So, who will be kitchen now? Bonasuma or say emra chow. If you say emra daho enisa oyesa, so don't say ko bo abansikem nasa wudia Ghana mra or say chow. Say yamau to me, it does not respect. It does not matter whether you are the head of a department, you are the subordinate of the head, you are the chairman of a committee or a commission. As far as emra hono, so boom rano swa, your constitution is say I was set emrano and woody. That is what the basic law our constitution eka. So when you would say the constitution is not selective when it comes to application of the law. Now, there's something I want you to know. Question I Busan say, petitioners now petition the president, has it been established anywhere in Ghana today, say, they belong to a political party or card-bearing members of NDC? Till date, I am yet to hear, say, the people who petitioned the president are full NDC people. Ever seen there, Yentumi establishes our facts. That is one. Now, was the CJ given fair hearing? Was the CJ given enough time to look at the petition? Did the president do that? Two, the president did that. The CJ was given enough time. In fact, she was asking for 7 days. The president gave him 10 days, meaning fairly, the CJ has been treated well. The Obusa and the Krampono, president no Edibia Kaun. So, is the president still in the constitution? Is he working within the constitution? Has he done anything wrong? No. To me, and to you, the ordinary Ghanaian or rational Ghanaian watching me, these two things, there's nothing showing, say, petitioners in the NDC for. And secondly, there's nothing showing, say, the Chief Justice was denied the access to the petition. Remember, time and day, Charlotte say, Charlotte say, in her right, she was demanding for the petition. Nana Dankwa Kufuor, and this same MPP and these same some journalists in Ghana said there was nothing wrong with the president denying Charlotte say of the petition. Charlotte say was like, a man for trying your man for me who say you made me person me who your matrena. Nana Dankwa Kufuor say she cannot have access to the petition. But John Mahama has given the Chief Justice, who was demanding for 7 days to review the petition, John Mahama gave the Chief Justice 10 days. Did the Chief Justice exhaust the 10 days? Yes. Now, did the president follow due process? Did he work or did he basically perform his constitutional duty? Yes or no? Yes. When the president received the petition, did he take the steps that the constitution was demanding of him? Yes. So did he work or did he basically perform his constitutional right? Yes. So who is saying the president has done something wrong? At this point, nobody can blame the president for doing anything wrong, because the questions I'm asking, nobody can come out and say the president did not work within the constitutional rights. We are talking about, is the CJ guilty of a crime? The question is she guilty? At this point, nobody has said that CJ is guilty of a crime. But when you hear the NPP followers, the NPP minority, the so-called the Ghana journalists, they are making it sound. Because I have not said in anywhere, any of my commentaries said the Chief Justice of Ghana is guilty of any crime. The NPP on the other side, or on the other hand, are making it look like the Chief Justice is guilty of a crime. As we speak, no crime has been committed by the Chief Justice, as far as this process is known. The Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Tokonu, Emrebia ni Ghana actually say we di bone. I was say yetina Ghana kasa we di bone or ye kromfo. Ya establish Emrebia. Bibia ni wa ya establish sebio se obi ohene sebio manisi sumina so. So obi a chiame na owo edien menhia. Na abayi bi baba kasa oh nana otumfo o chiame we ordinance akekame. Na otumfo tenase na ono ahwe eye gidi a owo wo chiame nim se na chiame na aconduct no ho na ohwe chiame ne dwumadi a wadi a otumfo se tutuntumi sori nka se o chiame we metu ne to otumfo ntumi sori nka se because abayo beka se me chiame de nsa akeka me nti no mompam no nkobo no otumfo se tutu be frem penifo mo ahemfie na o madwene asem no ho omu wiom beka se okay nana chiame abayo na asem na wo beka no sebio ye ntumi ntina ase hu se enokura na nye nokure sebio akwesida eba so obi be hu se ugina me nkyɛn na okutapoma na me kasa na wo kyekire mu a because asem no yen kan to ase hu se wo ye anase wo anye no nana chiame we de esrew anka ma nipa na odi wechi ye ochiame keto no onu mom enkasa sene ebe ya yetumi eka asem no ma ni kosi emupi ni ehu se wo son a wo betumi abedi uchiame. That is exactly what is playing out here. Enti nana chiame no obi nka se asem na abayo an keto no so no waye ana onyeye na otufo se tutum pese obi betena badwom aka se na ohene kase we na ochiame ya de asamato no so a yehu se odifo ana odibem no otufo se tutu enema ochiame we gina de ti enti otufo se tutu beka se nana chiame mesrawo wo de tena fie man chiame nketo de ba ko ne menko na asem no ye ba ne ye kan ye tu ase ahwehwem wie na se ohuson a akoside eba no na wa bedi udiabre why na aka se ochiame ne di bone. And this is basically what is playing out in the CJ matter. As we sit here, I cannot say, Madam Tokonu has committed a crime. When the Betman establishes I committed a crime, what the Council of State establishing is say, they are same to CJ so. Omu say sema I was see a domu score. Na ye bia den ye bia nhwehwemu enti nka be ya anka chief justice no sebio Mr President dia ye hu ne de ye be ya anka chief justice na anka ontwe no ho kakra na ye nhwehwe nsem num ye kohwehwem na se ne ho son a onsan be the chief justice. That is the issue here. Ye kuni pa Ghana. Why na ye this can won minimum? This is basic. This is the most easiest thing any simple, reasonable, intelligent Ghanaian own Jimmy also what tiasie. Inti adena bruhaha. Adentina minority kasa say obi a pamu chief justice obi politics John Mahama or motive be why is any obi a onimi nyansa own Jimmy no? Why would we conclude? Because say MPP conclude this Mahama pamu chief justice then it means say they know say the chief justice at the end of the day will be guilty of a crime. Me I cannot pronounce that the chief justice is guilty because no investigation has been conducted. But John Mahama himself chief justice in a position or no. A very sensitive position. A position, it will be so bad for people to be pointing fingers at her when she has not been cleared of an allegation. John Mahama believes to say, or no chief justice no hono, the position in position be a what it will be very unfair. Say John Mahama, I'm a chief justice at Tinaho, na investigations the coso, na chief justice at the court, DSM, na majority of the people in court, no, in their head, no, they think the chief justice has committed a crime that has not been investigated. It is John Mahama as the president, the advice he's giving the chief justice is to protect your integrity and protect the office you are. No, step aside. Let somebody who can also take over from you sit in when investigations, say investigations in India, Madam Tokonu, you can come back and occupy your seat. Who in Ghana have said chief justice has committed a crime? Why not? What Ghana ende? Eka said the chief justice has committed a crime. And they said, Unimibi. So when we say MPP for the day, and the matter said, journalists for be minorities, no, Eka sa. MPP for one, Eka say, John Mahama time chief justice. Why? How? Aya then na John Mahama time chief justice. Now, dear Yana say, you expect journalists. You expect Nipebia. Ogi so much do. Now, the question I want to ask and say, it's Madam Tokonu Osunomame above the law in Ghana. Who is above the law in Ghana? Madam Tokonu's position is a political position. She was appointed by a politician. Whether you like it or not, the position she's filling is a political position. And at the end of the day, it is only a politician who has the right to open investigations into Madam Tokonu or whoever occupies that CJ position. So at this point, the question here is, Madam Tokonu, is she above the law? Because we are talking about the three arms of government. There is the judiciary, which is led by Madam Tokonu, the legislature, led by Alban Bagbin, and the executive, led by the President of the Republic, John Mahama. Now the question here is, all these people are mentioned, are they above the law? When a petition is brought against them, are they so above the law that they cannot be questioned? No. It does not matter who you are. The President of the Republic can be impeached. So if the President can be impeached, why can't we basically look into an allegation or allegations or a petition that has been brought against the Chief Justice? Unless you are trying to make it look like, say, the Chief Justice who is being questioned, the Chief Justice who is being helped by the President by protecting her integrity, unless who was some political idea be a person will say Ghana for agony. Now, matter say MPP for kakaka. Nana B, after marking MPP for the opportunity be at TV so. I mu Chief Justice in the say MPP but power. Yes, so me see. And you see, this needs to go into the head of the NPP. Mobile power. Whoever is the Chief Justice, mopamono. The law is the law. Me if the next Chief Justice to replace or the person to act, say, Madam Way, you are suspended, whoever is going to act, Mr. Bafuboni, if he also goes against the law and a petition has to be raised against him, why don't we have to support it? It is a MPP for you say, Mo ka che Ghana for say, I ye Madam Tokonu or ye MPP ni ye penasem ekufo na de ba enti mo dia mo ntwen power sesa. Yes, you be change whoever is there as far as you have grounds. As far as the person has committed a crime. As far as the process is being followed, I have no problem. It may be some MPP for go around the country and tell Ghana for say, Mosumunya to me, I'm obese Chief Justice. Monfanya mo campaign message. I want you to do that. Maybe say, how Ghanaians will accept that message. Maybe say, MPP for go to market, go to Ghanaians and tell Ghana for say, and the process now cost no money. My dream no moon say. John Mahama na pese oyi Chief Justice no inti musumu we ni power mu be yi Chief Justice bi amabeto no mo fa side no campaign message na mo hwe say Ghana for will buy it, and I want you people to use that as your message. Nobody is going to pamper anybody. So over power 2028 2042 2078 now be change Chief Justice. As far as it's built on solid grounds, why should anybody contest you? Because from what I am seeing, the president has not gone against the law. He is still working within the law. The president has not basically been biased towards the Chief Justice. In fact, the Chief Justice demanded for only 7 days. The President of the Republic gave the Chief Justice 10 days. Now, when Charlotte Osei was being, when a petition was sent to the president to basically look into Charlotte Osei and possibly make sure he follows due process. What did we say in Ghana? Now do you know, say, a position like the EC boss in Ghana is not a small position. Time the petition, Ekoma Ekufuadwa or deny Charlotte Osei access to the petition. No? At that point, it was the first time anything like that had happened in Ghana. Time I the petition come Ekufuadwa na EBS say your petition president say yenhwehwe eye EC boss in Semuda. Ekufuadwa did not give Charlotte Osei the opportunity to even look at what is in the petition. No? But you people did not see anything wrong. Say our democracy is going to go into the ditch. The EC boss, she is in charge of our elections. That was the first time in the history of Ghana Obia petitioned the president to look into the conduct of the EC boss. Yanti Kromha. The first time in the history of Ghana, Bawumia Ekufuadwa and the Ghana election court did our democracy collapse. In fact, the argument people made then was that Nana Danko Ekufuadwa going to court in 2012 was a good sign. It was going to basically enrich our democratic dispensation. We had not seen that in our history before. Nobody had taken an election to court. But when Ekufuadwa and Bawumia entered court in 2012, in the Supreme Court, majority of you people today, criticizing today, people petitioning against the Chief Justice, you said that was good for our day, that was good for our democracy, and that we needed to test our democracy. That was the first time in our history. Did this country collapse? Did somebody say because an opposition party had taken a party to court, it was going to destroy our democracy, and we were never going to have a diligent or a better election again? Mukache said 2012 elections the court and then etimi hold the democracy, hold the elections, and then I may make it good changes to our electoral process. Ever seen there? Is it not that whether or not the words used? Into a day and end the day, Madam Tokonu, in the history of our republic, petition has been brought to the president. Now we'll follow due process. A day and end the Mukase. Due process now President Nefuno, it is the beginning of the end of our democracy. This was when Charlotte Osei was in. 17 people petitioned Ekufuadwa. 17. Petition first they didn't come. It was a vague document, but the presidency accepted it. It was later the presidency realized say petition Abeka president inside. Omo amoya petition secret didn't come. And the president can say omo mucho paper to the bremeno omo form di inside. How foolish can we be? We soaked this. Radio TV so that was the beginning of a skewed process. How can you write a petition to the president without any name, but the president actually accepted and gave you receipts? How can the presidency accept a petition without name, without date, and give you receipt and say, yes, I'm going to give it to the president? How? But in this, 17 people petitioning the president without name and dates, without information, The president said, say, he has accepted it and he was going to take action. It was later, and a NIPA 17 lawyers say, oh, if you are Simesi, and you are Simesi, and like I say, oh, where we the buyer. That petition against Charlotte say was written at the Jubilee House and the Kufuado. After the seriousness of our hypocrisy. And conformity radio, TV, so trying to make you think, say, they are the ones with all the knowledge. Now we are exposing their stupid hypocrisy. The President of the Republic from day one received this document, knew the people who wrote the document, never hid it, gave it to the Council of State, and even gave it to the Chief Justice. Still, you people are sitting there telling us, and all these things happening, no? Radio, journalists, so-called journalists, they were on radio. They were there. They were part of the conversation. They knew say, a petition had been given to Ekufuado. Ekufuado did not give it to Charlotte Osei to look at it. Ekufuado went ahead to execute whatever he wanted to execute. Ekufuado worked against the constitution. All these so-called journalists in Ghana were on radio. They read everything. They knew the petition that went to Ekufuado against Charlotte Osei did not have names with it. But the presidency accepted the vague paper. These same people today, they have not been able to establish, say, John Mahama, the President of the Republic, he has gone against the law once. No. These so-called journalists on the TV soon say, President Edim Ranoso, Altumimpo Ama Chief Justice 10 days, Abrado Obuta 7 days. These people sitting on radio calling themselves journalists. Omunim said, President Mahama or Aya Council of State, free hand to do their job. These people know, said the President of the Republic, when boom rebia so, entire day na sanko for to be radio so, to speak, say, the actions na who process na fluid, you know. How can they sit on radio today to tell Ghana for say, we are doing something that will destroy our democracy, and that what is happening, you know, deliberate, Jubilee House, president, you know, then a journalist is sat na radio so kasa asem no. Ethiopian can will minimum. For a journalist to sit on TV or radio to make that statement, that journalist is an enemy of the state. Those are the people who cause tribal war. They cause a political war in the nation. Because what they are doing is they are putting a lot of fire where there should be no fire. They are preparing the people's mind. Say, the actions are President Netekia within his constitutional mandate, you know, they are trying to skew that process. They are trying to create an impression, say, the president is doing something bad. Whilst they know for a fact, none of them can sit on TV or on radio to tell you Ghanaians, say, President John Mahama has gone against the law. Nobody to date, no journalist to date has been able to say, President went against the law. And this is what today, that we, because, and constitute a petition by Mahama Horo, and call the petition and one consult to be able to take a decision, and can pray Kumba with Baba say, ha, and then the moment President Makofaba, or Nimranaso. Mahama nya petition, one fan Chirobia, or then they share them and will take a decision. The president is following the constitution, he's working within his constitutional mandate, and also Balu Weber say, I will be somewhere almost the constitution. So, what should we do? All that they are trying to do, they say, and then I'm what this side near party. Massa, so be any munko for we. Now this is the first time we say, which political party communicators are these? Because this, what they are doing there, there's nothing about being a journalist who is being neutrally intelligent to look at the issues. Because what Juman is saying, balloon, what Juman is saying, asemna bedahono, asemno. Emra eshe Ghana constitutional eshe Ghana no ye di samra no so because who balloon ya wote asempa oni jimi so obi bowura eye asempa sisia na se nipa no ese oye police ni wasa opa e de wo kwa obeka che nipa no se Ghana mra kire se kire me warrant anameboa. Now, so police ni warrant, sorry, not a chiro. Now, sad woka. Over the police ni no. Sibia ya tine ni mukam no. Sebio oya frafreni into our idea be or tanya santinito no chimako. Now you forget about a warrant, no. That gives the police, you know, that allows the police, you know, to arrest you, know. You ignore the warrant, no. Now you are going to look at the police, you know. Your friend was saying, Atinga, hey, we are turning to now. What's on me pasana? That is what these balloons are doing. Now we cannot apply the constitution because the constitution at this point is what the government is applying. Saban Sisa in 8 years. Now so be a commissioner, or be a CEO, or be a Supreme Court judge. That's the constitution finding the panel said, why Bonia? Why should we apply it? Why should I sit here and have a problem with that balloon? The issue here is if you have accepted that the president did not go against the constitution, he actually acted in his capacity as a president and also in the mandatory constitution manner. If you admit that the president has done it, why are you now forcing people to say he has committed a crime? You see, the issue with this both fruit for them say, when they sit on radio, Obi or one of the most diabolic journalists in Ghana. Ope Christonia or yet true for Obi. Kwasi ampenyi san ope MPI na mesi sankofo yete krom ha. Se mubenya MPI mubera parliament e che twa ye neti. I swear to God, demonic diabolic old men to someone kokora to someone. Obi manyini chen o. I am older than Obi. Yeah. But me when I feel say I'm still young. When I adwene bone ni jimi any politics na you say Obi me I am older than Obi. You have no idea. But me ni Obi jina waka say me wo fa no. These are people every single day they sit on radio. Now me Jane say, omunya opportunity to speak, and come on say, John Dramani Mahama the president will book Ghana Mraso and the wire the. But they could not say that. And in the first place, I want to ask Bofruit on the Ayadian Adjumbone say, do you know what is in the petition? Bofruit, do you know what is in the petition? No. When the Council of State Echo Shire and Nipa over 31, Chief Justice, are you stupid? What makes you people think so TV so Eka Ghana amanyosem? Do you know what is in the petition? It is a petition ba na Eka say Chief Justice Traobitia. What are you going to say? Petition ba na Eka Chief Justice Edi Boni way with evidence. What are you dirty idiot stinking boxers going to say? Because you don't know what's in the petition. The Council of State, when they looked at the petition, and I don't think every single member of the Council of State is against the Chief Justice. So the issue here is everything that we are seeing is based on what is in the petition. Now, do you know what is in the petition? No. Have you been able to make a comment that there's this in the petition that does not have the grounds? And I say, any grounds or say the Chief Justice, do you have? No. Has the president gone against the law? No. So what is making you, this Bofrot entity, sit there to speak stupidly because politics are full. Journalism has become cheap. Mo Jimmy, when I'm say Ghana no. Now the issue is simple. Saban is 4 years, 8 years. Nasa Obi and conducting whether Chief Justice, whether the President, whether the CEO, whatever, and we get to know say nipa and conducting ye and nitini yashemra. Motia sempa mo monsa wo ma obatim no. Sembra di mu ebe yumadi. Senia eye abrantia no host show yi. Mo fa kwan so kun na mo betena ho edidi ma we yi ase no. Se be chimo a de ekọ evidence ni be hu se munyina mo nsa wo mu a we will make sure say kabawo no wu ye no munyina no mo bedam. Inti as far as any evidence we cannot sit here and say you are murderers. No. We cannot say that. Inti ayeden on basis ben amugina so amoka kire Ghana for say ai na de edine de esia no obia ne the president beko enti esia no de omo ye no eyomo plan dada and he used a stupid statement. We are practicing a dysfunctional democracy kwasia. What you say? You the same person sitting there and telling us the president has followed due process. And you are stupidly saying in your next language, say, we are practicing a dysfunctional democracy. Do you know what dysfunctional democracy is? Dysfunctional democracy is when you're small dick, you cannot see it because your tummy is big. That is dysfunctional democracy. When your small dick hanging beneath your belly, when you bend down, you cannot see it. We call it dysfunctional democracy because they cannot coordinate. Jimmy, and you people sit on TV, radio so, and you are the people polluting the system. I thought you had solid evidence against the president, his actions. I thought you had solid evidence and what petition you can base your facts on. So basically what you are doing, when you question paying Corinne bi and a stray dog be on in New York and then ball so can you are the same. You are like a stray dog walking on the streets of Bronx, a stray dog with a dirty stinking mouth, with a mouth like Yania Gunenum, like you are like a stray dog who does not have an address. You have no basis. You have no facts. You have nothing to base your statement on. Into the second down for. Because when you walk around and you speak anyhow without basis or fact, what is second down for? What are your evidence? Before I insult a Kufuor, I show you basis. Before I go after Chemaun to me, I show you the fact. I just don't sit here and say Chemaun to me, jimmy me. It will make me jimmy because my evidence and show. The moment I come sit here without showing facts, the reason why I'm insulting somebody, then at that point, you are a dog. You are a stray dog. You are basically a dog with rabies. Mwe Jimmy. And you just sit and you speak because you be my cartoon. You are the people, eh? If the young people want to rise up, they need to rise up against people like you. What is dysfunctional democracy? Do you know what dysfunctional democracy is? We had a president under Kufuor, 17 petitioners, not only will be address, only will be din, only will be a phone number, but he still accepted a vague paper. Jimmy, that wasn't dysfunctional to you? That wasn't dysfunctional to you? We had a president who basically decided not to give a petition to a sitting EC boss. That wasn't dysfunctional. Muhufin in Krasifo Modrun crying. A year that him be crying. A Jimmy for Monum Kankai, Ottawa, Uhunfi Fresa or Pro. Tell the people the truth. O party call off power in today. What are your MPP ni our muko position in today? We are looking at the democracy. We are looking at the facts. What does the fact say? I told you as a journalist, and as a Muslim, you will use the facts. The facts are clear. Did the president go against the law? No. Who in Ghana today can tell me John Mahama went against the law? Nobody. Then there's nothing wrong. Let me tell you, what you think about this process is your problem. But the fact still remains. The fact still remains to say the constitution, the rules of the game were applied. That's all. Your opinion is your opinion. How you feel about Ghana is your opinion. But the Ghana na yetimuno, sa national anthem no, it is Ghana's national anthem. Whether you like the words or not, it does not change the anthem. Until you prove to me, say, the words you are speaking are not the right words. But as we speak today, none of you guys can prove to me, say, John Mahama has gone against the law. Your opinion, you have your right. Eh? Look at this. These people. After your marking, suspension of Chief Justice is the brazen judicial coup. It's your opinion. Yes, a minority say, Chief Justice is suspended. It is a coup. Your opinion. It will not change anything. Do they have the facts to say the suspension is illegal? No. So far, the minority, the silly, stupid piglet minority have not been able to provide any evidence or any fact to show, say, the suspension is not in the right order. It is an opinion. It will not change the facts. So you can scream. You can put out all the threats. Say, nobody fucking cares. As far as the law is there, you work within the law. I don't care. Because there is a reason why we put that law together. That law now, Baumia, any Kufuor, abuse, John Mahama has stayed within the law because Sankamu said John Mahama Bumbraba Kosoa and Kamun Kwasiafu in Kamabeka. But because you don't have anything, now you are using your opinion to decide what the facts should be. Your opinion cannot decide the fact. The facts are the facts. So how you feel as a minority or how you feel as an MPP or a journalist does not change the fact. The fact is constant. The fact of the case is still constant. Whether the minority shit on themselves, they vomit, they scream, they charge and slaughter themselves. The fact is that the president has followed due process. And the Council of State have come up, they said they have established a prima facie case. The president says that it is in good faith the Chief Justice suspends or step aside for the process to go on. That's all. It does not matter who you are. How visa. Whatever you say to the person sitting there, you don't decide for the person. The person sitting there or rules or the ejuma. And it's also American embassy so called visa. People that know who question obusao. Where are you going? I'm going to Dallas. Okay, you are going to where? Texas. Yeah, I'm going to Chicago. Fine. Who are you staying with? Bibi that so one man is information now. Your opinion will stick with you. How you feel about the person in the glass and fan. Whether somebody in a table team so a bruni he does not care. Whether Obakacha said the crew on the president, he does not care. He is sticking to the facts. And they're done him. So when to Mama answers no here now, he's not going to issue you the visa. It is not about how you feel. Nobody cares about how you people feel. As far as we know, no law has been broken. As far as we know in this country, Embrabia ni ayebuso na yenti krom ha. And Ankwasi for radio so me kufuado gofredame ede eye opuni jachikwe sinkogina court say 24 hours ye ba be jachikwe na muti krom ha. Did you say that even though the Attorney General has the right to prosecute Judge question, the rate at which he's moving the case, it is against, mentally, he has some political motive behind it. What can I say? That be, and it clear. Yet, and a ato forcing, Echo Jina Court can say tekpe, and the man instruction man signed document. Even though the Attorney General has the right to prosecute and investigate and take the whole thing to court to make sure the way the bonnet was actually to know. Attorney General Kojina Court wana who say he is speaking to these people behind the scenes in a judge's house. Did you people have a problem with it? You didn't have any problem, right? It wasn't anything bad. You wanted us to continue with this. How you feel and what you think does not determine how the facts should work. You can have your own opinions. You people can write all the articles on Facebook. You can sit on TV and speak as if say Ghana Ghana democracy be say Ghana democracy and say Ghana bibia be say bibia and say ya de mra na ye adwuma ye ginam. How you feel is how you feel. We don't care how you feel. What I care about is that the president does not go against the constitution. And as far as I know, President John Mahama had not or did not go against the constitution. So what is my problem? What is my problem? Because the problem, I want to say, President Mbumbrano, so President Mbumbrano, so into you as a journalist, so when you communicate to a political party, and now you are affiliated to a political party, how the party thinks, does it affect the facts? Oh, no, my imagine that. Oh, you will see the next person is the EC boss. The question here is, has the EC boss committed a crime? If she has not conducted herself well, I will support her to be removed. How you feel does not change the fact. Sibia ya chikronfo amusi yenjeli no. Sibia ya chi atayi ya kasi yenjeli no. Sibia ya chi obi obokro no ai ya kasi yemfa no kokodi yenjeli na ye nyina ya kase yes ya bese ya chichire man no ye nyi illegal minus in free ho obi obokro no ya nchire no. The same way the Charlotte say e commit crime na we hu boni wo ho a adenti na James commit crime a ye twe na so obeka se eni se ye mabodam me say unless say James commit crime, but so a commit crime we will work within the constitution to make sure say constitution the actually say ye Jane Mensa on chain Ghana mrao yati kroma ne tam soldier for a guard Jane Mensa me ya mam soldier wo kwase ampanya wo to so nso ya ma soldier. There is a reason why your man is soldier, your man the car, your man the dying. There is a reason why your sika you tuan and yentua will be abuofunu na so now we are we are telling us we don't have the right to sack her. Who is above the law in Ghana? If tomorrow somebody establishes a case against J. Mensa, the law needs to be applied. It does not matter who you are, how you feel. How you feel is your problem. It is the facts we are looking at. Me say the facts is constant. It does not change. And we are not going to move away from the fact. MPP lawyer we not at news file. Miami way me kebi bi abrocha and imagine a license because I am very sure say license you could be legitimate. I am very sure because some of her pronouncements, I think say ebi a we gide good it no he it na woman I na code trim. Or better news file. Assembly na Miami we kan or say the Chief Justice should not be taken through this process. Who should be taken through the process? Ti asema obi oso akosua mbra. Mr. P, Mr. S, take care of the pages. Ti asemi a obi oso akotena law school, wosua mbra, onim nyansa. Ti asemi oka. The Chief Justice, because Chief Justice said the nufu ye 9. Madam Tokono, the 2 eye 9. Sebio, ne 9 kokromuti eye nson. The Chief Justice should not go through this process. It's in our law as theory, but it shouldn't be practiced. Where a lawyer or see Chief Justice, you know, and this is the first idea we move. Emom Ghana running the woman say Bibi Saba or say Shim. Nemum aye Chief Justice in tea and this say a do juma way or say a chilico second year done hunina. Now corruption neba bibi and about ya. So your bam pa. In theory, or see in theory, the law is supposed to be applied, but practically, it is our law. Or say, yamre muni de a wom say Chief Justice di bonia or see a shishim. Name mum and ni says sebio ye 2-1 among where ye lawyer. I say the Chief Justice should not be taken through this process. It's in our law as theory, but it shouldn't be practiced. Inti obeso chere say sam rana da hode de da hokeke but meme ye 2-1 among adentra Chief Justice de enisi ade ne fam na me papa Kwame Ando nana Aida Nando ono ne yemfa ne fam wo ya boa me mama Ekuya Monica ono ne yentam ne mfa mram na kwasi ampanyi wo de mra di wa yemfa mra ne yenyen say theory. Inti some of the laws should apply as theory and some should apply justice should not go through this. Owig is a raccoon. Owig is a raccoon, mommy. Chief Justice should not go through. Who should go through? Why? Is the Chief Justice above the law? So you want us to sit in Ghana, not Chief Justice in Tinaho. With all due respect, Chief Justice Bimra, na on Chani Pakon, na on poison obi, na on disika, Nyanka say, it is in our law. Theoretically, in theory, but practically, no, we cannot apply the law. Adentra or a Chief Justice, we are not going to be selective about the law. Wig said the people to home Mozambique. Some question for TV so that Morgana ho because we are so weak-minded. Obiaba no kuta title. Obiaba kuta title. When you ya sokodia, o be trek kan kwase sama soro ko adentia me MPP ni ma min defend adia eye bone. Now your MPP ni ayakwasea. O your MPP ni ayakwasea. Into wo wote joy news wo eye program. Na obi wura ka say wo ya kromfo. Obeji atum so ya kromfo. Wote joy news one a program no obi abo ewuro say ah o ma me we jantre ni pa wo kofo obi kunu na obetena sa am that to so you want the law to work because we say I'm a lawyer, I know the law and the law has to work. Now they do Chief Justice so I say we should be very selective about the law. Bodam o we said obi pan ko to ho Mozambique modun say ye Jimmy ye hu mo so lawyers da kwase abrofo bia akeka keka mapantan mu na mo keka na ye Jimmy nti ye obi a Ghana o ye lawyer. A fool like Samson enemy, the num can. You think of free Semuba and then they do being chamber 2 years, Samson enemy. And I got an Jimmy. Eden a Jimmy to Samson enemy, Saturday better TV so a bob on Toto Busa questions. No about journalist of the year, Yan Kwasiafo. Ghana Journalist Association President Rowe, ne Fusa Nanka. Where would the only year a media general of Wanana? Sa Ghana Journalist Association akwana ne fusa de or no sama Guinness for Mozambique no. Mumu say the press conference no nyana. Kwasiafo na mudi di nkofo ni mo Ghana. Ya come ni ma Jimmy for we. Me say GJ president no way. Kwasiato sa no Sifrika man e bie ne pono. En kwasiasam nkwa na wodi tikuro nim. Ya come ni ma na mbu ofu. He? Gan kwasiasam. Look at this. No, this is not even what I'm looking for. Messias, I don't even want to go there. Messias, I don't want to go there. I was going to go somewhere, but I'm not going to do it. Now, I want to tell you something. We are Ghana Nina Oshemia. Emra Eye Juma Ghana. This issue we are talking about, president has suspended CJ because Emrano Eman Hokwaino. Also, TSA said nobody is above the law, even the president himself. So, president, not only himself or above the law, and can uncle through the process. This should be a lesson to every Ghanaian. See, a person Ghana waging and aswa. Chief Justice case we should send a strong signal and message to all of us. Say, Omana yetimuno, emraye juma. The moment we allow the Chief Justice to skip or to basically jump this hurdle without going through the process, then it means it's a Ghana Mrano. We are being selective where to apply and who to apply it on. And that will be the beginning of our end as a nation. Oman hine kobna sante mo no MPP wap mumusa oman hine kobna sante say Lexus na otwi no wana toma no. Mumusa oman hine kobna sante say sa white Lexus na otwi no wana toma no. Ono ai asempa na otini pay say. Me say mumusa na say oman hine kobna sante me wodi video oje bribe. Kobna sante oman hine kobna sante. Eyi Ekufu Adoba eye de Jankroma ambulance case no monka yesam se me wo the bribe me won video oje bribe on mu producer no Dominic so de no o se o me be ma o meka se me boa mumusa ne se ne Lexus na otwi no wana toma no kwasiafo motena Ghana na man se Ghana ne ete no obia nim nyansa me se asempa yetua o kasen Lexus na otwi na ye register 2025 wana toma no who ya bribe G4 to say no credibility. Modernity radio so na nkwasiasem, selective justice, selective journalism. Mo peke the favor mo nkwasia tribe na mo party no. The favor Gabi, the favor Kennedy Japan, the favor MPP no, and no ne kan wasem. Na sa ne de chichire man. Is that how we build a nation? Who am I in one na ojeje bribe? Me see ambulance case no, Jankroma ambulance case no. I have a video of you taking bribe. Only sir Dominico said, producer no. Mumia na mokoji, I have you on tape. Yeah, dede. O Lexus na uchi wana confirm brown. Kwasiafo ya kan say right now journalism has become sabotaging people and blackmailing. A read to say blackmailing wine. Cromfo a read to say pay ya saying Lexus now trying to chairman man sika the toy. Eh you 47 in Ghana. You are working. They be almost sorry. Obi ye juma obi. Na mumu ye juma wine. Omayene, uye juma mahwan. E wi te se wo comfort te se wo. Me se bra better radio so ka se me boa. Me se wo ne Dominico. Our producer friend is saying Dominico said e omu mienu no mkoje sa sika no. Me se wo pa be ye mema sam wo radio so. E wi te se wo motete Ghana nkwasiasam. Kwasiasam ye protect mo kakra. Mo ji se ye jimijimi. Mo di asempa na to na nkwasiafo mo di wi sika. Mo di gigi bribe. Monim de anim me se wo de opa dem ne enhwe organa kronim kromfo te se wo mo betena tere wan nkwasiasem nko a na mo dada Ghana fo adan a mo party free power me se ambulance case na ba na Jankroma ambulance scandal no sika se na akwaje ye nija ni sika se na aje won ho Kwabena Sante o chena betena TV so ka se Kelvin boa nija ni sika se na aje won ho ewi te se wo woni sa mo producer no omuko gisika no masoma producer no akọ sa nkwasiafo miensan de omo ya no besides get me their pictures mo ewifo te samo mo ewifo mo hu fin ya de o Ghana na mo tetetete politics journalism echi da nkofo me ma wa assignment me so kira betra TV so na ka se Kelvin boa Who Kwabena Sante be ka Ghana asem o se de John Mahama heden adwene bi se ne tirim e wi te se wo betuma be ka eye Jankroma ambulance won asem wo TV so me se Niger ni no sika se no de mawo e wi te se wo mo ye ka se ye ka mo asem ne ye boma power ka mo makura ntumi nko school mo yire no mo ntumi mpie Kwabena Sante ye ka se ye boma power mo yire no mo manti ena na sonta ye consider mo e wi 47 me say o Lexus now team no u pay a sen when the tomao o Lexus now team na ya buy Lexus when the tomao hasi avo yi se enim mo ba ne ama musika na mo de akọ dealership ma kwaje mo ji se enim e wi 47 you people should shut up me ma boda mo I am crazy. But until so be coming, until so be wajun so nyansa, me, I am crazy. And the MPP, they know. I don't care. Say me, you try me car, what's why the car? Moi, I'm with TV, so and I Kevin Taylor, and I wait a try can say try me car, why the car? Come and tell us who pays you. If you fought some more, 42 years. 42 years, you people will stay in opposition until I decide. And I'm a kind of MPP for the deep down for the America. 42 years will be in opposition. Omo will lead the MPP pano. Our winning the American. They know. And they know the kind of person me. You will stay in opposition for 42 years. Many option there. We know you people. The Chief Justice on committee crime the president is saying, say, the Council of State I establish it prima facie case against her. She should just step aside. Now, Sebio investigations in Nkoso. Obi anyone who petition. As I sit here, I don't know what's in the petition. You don't know what is the petition. Let's allow the investigations to begin. Let's allow them to establish a ground, sir. CJ. Nobody in Ghana should try. Nobody in Ghana. So what the bonnet? So why bonnet? No one is above the law. If it is the EC boss who is next, bossman who is next, say to me establish a case against them, so over the bonnet, they have to be fired. Obiansu so biasu. Say NPP got power in 42 years, sir. They can sack everybody. I don't care. As far as they are working within the law. Any problem. It I want Ghanaians to understand. And Madam Tokonu, the president, to me, constitution, the man say Unjinan Chain. The senior most judge, Mr. Bafuboni. Ono and as we speak, Ono na take over as the CJ of Ghana. Mr. Bafuboni, J.A. Kufuor, the Deba Supreme Court, or your MPP ni mapa. So what is your problem, MPP for? J.J. Rawlings didn't call the High Court. And J.A. Kufuor, 2008, didn't call the Supreme Court. This man, or your MPP ni. John Mahama Samamu MPP's Chief Justice, Ediana Mope. From the records and from the things you people are saying, then it means Mr. Bafuboni, he has to come and help your people. And I know someone pay. J.A. Kufuor did Mr. Bafuboni Eba Supreme Court, 2008. Enti enye J.J. Rawlings no mabeka say eye NDC ni, enye Tamils and enye Mahama. Eye muamu MPP na de this honorable man Eba the Supreme Court. Enti as we speak, technically, John Mahama Samamu MPP Supreme Court Judge, Chief Justice, a dear partner mope as a political party. This man is an MPP man. Everything he would do in the court from today, or MPP ni, because a J.A. Kufuor and a Deneba MPP, a Deneba a Supreme Court. And as we speak, Yasa Ama Ghana, another NPP Chief Justice. It's MPP for problem today. Ade ana Bafuboni so or the senior most judge Supreme Court or no someone peno. He is acting. Now my mention on the record kakra because your MPP ni mapa. Me pesa me hwe the MPP for me be kafa eye papa we hu because your MPP ni this man. The records ni mommy reading the records kakra. Eye Paul Bafuboni onye. Ono assumed office 11 June 2008. Nominated by John Ejekum Kufuor, Justice of the Court of Appeal. In office 22nd November 2006 to 11th of June 2008. Nominated again by John Ejekum Kufuor, Justice of the High Court. Nominated by Jerry Rawlings. Personal details. It is a offer a form at the air Kosra. You can see, say, J.J. Rawlings and Kufuor and basically a movie in the court top. Inti J.A. Kufuor that didn't call Supreme Court 2008. 2006 and a J.J. Rawlings and the call High Court. 2008 and a Papa Kufuor didn't call Supreme Court. Intuition here pa Justice Bafuboni or your MPP judge. Are you not happy? More MPP for, are you not happy? Say J.A. Kufuor, judge already called Supreme Court, and then Mahama said already taking over Supreme Court. Are you not happy? Everything is in your favor. This man, is he not an MPP judge? Entire day it's now because osunu maame inti asam kesiesi osunu maame ne de osunu fofraba into how I'm saying. We have Justice Bafuboni who was nominated by J.A. Kufuor. Papa Kufuor that they call Supreme Court. Siano, Adentina Muye Dede. We have an MPP Chief Justice now. He is MPP. Because you see, Ghana no, you say, so a judge, that's a president to be nominated to automatically, what a political judge. Sign a more MPP for more. Because you see, when you go through the list from the year 2019, ABC 2024, the judges are Omako Supreme Court. Now, 2019, Nane Kufuor, ordinary day, Madam Tokonu, or Sonomame, Echo Supreme Court. 2008, J.A. Kufuor, and Ediang, or de Paul Mr. Bafuboni, J.A. Kufuor, and the call Supreme Court. 2015, John Mahama, ordinary day, Gabriel Puamang, Echo Supreme Court. 2019, Papa your friend Enini Yabua ne yere Madam Avril Lovelace Johnson. Nana do Dankwa Kufuor and then the call Enfa Supreme Court. In 2020, Isifu Tanku. Nana do Dankwa Kufuor and then the call Supreme Court. Henrietta Joy Abra Mensa Bonsu 2020 Ekufuor and then the call Supreme Court. Emmanuel Yoni Kolendi, Mr. Timbila Ono Nana Ekufuor and then the call Supreme Court. We have someone like Samuel Kwame Adibu Asiedu, Nana do Dankwa Kufuor 2022. And then the Supreme Court. Barbara Frances Akayensu, Nana do Dankwa Kufuor, and then the Supreme Court. George Kingsley Kumsin, 2023, Nana Kufuor, and then the Supreme Court. And next, MPP, parliamentary candidate Gau, Nana do Dankwa Kufuor, 2023, and or the NS Gau, Echo Supreme Court. Henry Anthony Kofi, 2024, Nana Dankwa Kufuor, Ediniko Supreme Court. Yao Dakwasari, 2024, Nana Kufuor, Ediniko Supreme Court. And Richard Ej Frimpong, 2024, Nana Adodankwa Ekufuor, Ediniko Supreme Court. How many judges the Kufuor Ediniko Supreme Court? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of the 14 judges, Nana Adodankwa Ekufuor, or the 12 in 8 years, or the Supreme Court. Out of the 14 judges, our Supreme Court is here. Nana Ekufuor you move 12 or no one appoint to the Supreme Court. And there, your Mr. Bafuboni, J.A. Kufuor the Supreme Court, MPP Nkwasia 4. Wouldn't say about the money because of you. We are building Ghana. We are making sure the right things are done. Makachiremo, your opinions, you can keep your opinion. You can be pissed off. You can be angry. You can free your mind. It is your opinion. The facts are constant. And the facts are what we are dealing with. The constitution is constant. Say emrano ye jinem na say constitution guide ya. They all say yeah right no. I will say yeah as a nation.